said, Frankie, it's time to get down, you know.
You know, speaking of Frankie, as you grew this relationship with this animal, how many years were you together?
Oh, we was together probably 25.
25 years.
Well, these birds live a long time.
They live 100 years old. That's what they tell me.
So, how was it when you lost them?
Well, that was sad when I lost Frankie. You know, it was heartbroken, and you know, we was in church and the house caught a fire, and my neighbor, in fact, my kids would have been in that house fire too if my wife said, let's just go ahead. We got up early. Me and her got up early. We only 5 minutes from the church, so we said, honey, just let the kids rest. You know, they was up Saturday night a little late. You know, let them go ahead and rest. And we only 5 minutes away from our church. And then we ate breakfast and all that. And then she said, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get the kids. Let's go ahead and get them up. They need to go to church. And you know what? Hal was looking over us on that one. He was watching, man. He took care of us on that one. When we got to the church, man, like 45 minutes, the deacon came over and said, Koko, man, y'all house is on fire. And I said, oh, God. And this time I kept a lock on Frankie's cage because he had the tendency to unlock it himself and get out, and he'll chew up the lamps or whatever wood. He just, you know, they're really messy birds, and I love them, but they're just real messy. And when I got there, man, the fire trucks and everybody was there, and I went around the back of the house. And I was going to kick the back door because his cage was right by the back door. And this neighbor that I never met before down the street, he was down on his knees just crying away, man, just bawling, man. And he said, Koko, he looked up at me, man, tears. And he said, Koko, I try to save your child. I try to save your child. All I could hear your child was saying, let me out, let me out. Right. When Frankie wanted to get out of the cage, he would tell you, let me out, let me out. That's what, and I have to let him out of the cage. So I told him, sir, I said, sir, it was like a kid of mine, but it wasn't my own kid. I said, that was my pet bird I had in there. But he sure sounded just like a kid. Let me out, let me out, let me out. I can hear it now. And when the farmers, I had the farmers. What they found, they opened the cage. And they put him in a sack. And I never did open the sack. And I just, you know what? I just went on in the backyard, and I buried Frankie in the backyard. And man, you talking about really, it's just like losing a kid. I lost a good one because he was my bread and butter.
Yeah, well,
you know, and he helped me.
He got you over big time.
He helped me to get up there.
Yeah.
And this was just all. It was just all about.
Can I ask what year this was, if I may?
I think it was. I can't even remember.
This is before your induction, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just.
Yeah.
It just took an animal.
A family, right? They're
a family animal to get me over. Yeah. But I trained this wild animal.
Sure.
When they brought it to me, he was wild. He will fight. He will bite. I get bite marks on my finger now. He will bite. He would do it all.
I tell you what, on camera, he came across as a pro's pro.
He was mean.
Whatever that's worth.
And I had to really work with him, and to get the point across. Hey, either we're gonna be friends or we're gonna fight every night or whatever, and then we're gonna go out here and we're gonna do this together.
How was he able to travel with you? Like, how was that arranged? Like,
Well,
on
I
the
had
plane, like, where was he stored?
Well, all the planes got
They
a
got
place
something
for animals
Okay.
up underneath.
I haven't had much experience
For
bringing
the
my
heat.
pets on a plane. I'm just
For the
asking.
heat,
Right.
It's the winter time, for the air conditioning, it's in summer,
Right.
and it's a little more expensive now. But man, but we went everywhere except Canada. I couldn't take him out of the country
Oh, okay.
at all. And one time I took him. We landed in Nassau, Bahamas. And didn't have no trouble getting Frankie into Nassau. But on the way out on the USA side, I had nothing but trouble getting him out of the Bahamas. In fact, I told him I missed the flight. I mean, I was over there for 4 hours later. I said, I'm not leaving Bahamas
No.
without my bird.
Right. Nope.
And when they made sure my bird was on this plane, I made sure. I said, I got to go down there and see myself. They had to walk me down and see Frankie underneath this plane.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I can get on. I can get on the flight, but I never went back to Bahamas again.
So all your work together, though, you like you said, he was your child. I mean, you talked about WrestleMania 3. Like, did Frankie know it was showtime eventually? Now he was ready to go.
Frankie knew it was showtime.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
he knew there was showtime, big time. Every time he wouldn't come out. He used to not come out of his cage. Now, when it's time to go, he knows he load himself up. I can just leave the door open and he'll walk. And